Hello everybody and welcome back to another rebuild, and we're going back to Scotland. We've had a request for Livingston to be having a look at, so that's what we're going to attempt to do today. As of recording, they are lying rock bottom of the Scottish Premiership with, I think they've only won the League Cup in the early 2000s, and I think the Challenge Cup as well quite recently as well. So only two major trophies apart from the lower league championships. So we are going to be here to try and remedy that, try and keep him in the division and win as many trophies as possible. And failing that, as long as we stay in the Premiership, I think it'd be a job well done. I've enjoyed successes recently as 2017, I think that's the Championship, isn't it? Viaplay in 2004. I think that's the League Cup, the 2004 one. I think it was this one, the Cinch Championship in 2001. I think the Trust one is the Challenge Cup. 2015. They've got £5,000 transfer budget, which is not going to be helpful, and a wage budget of £35,000. So they do like to play with a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-4 variation with two DMs by the looks of things, which I'm not against. Not now. I think I'm converted into this sort of formation. It seems to be working quite a lot, and if you've noticed from my recent rebuilds, I have used this formation a fair bit as well, which seems to be the main one for FM24, so it seems. Work within the budget, grow the club's reputation, 1 year maximum contracts for over 34s, 2 years for over 32s, and a minimum of 2 year contracts for the first team players. Finish mid-table, which they are struggling at the moment this season. Reach the last stages of the Scottish Cup and the last stages of the Viaplay Cup as well. So before we go on to have a look at the team and the players that we have got, they have got just under £2 million in the bank. Like I say, not much in way of transfer money, so free transfers possibly, not much wiggle room in the wages either, so that could prove to be difficult. We may not even get to make any transfers in this first season. Any debts? Nothing there. They have got 1.2 million debt, but only £325,000 left to pay, and they are paying £9,000 a month. Staffing, ooh, right, okay, a lot of work needs to be doing there. Looking at the preview, they are 500 to 1 to win the league and second from bottom finishing. Okay, that's pretty understandable at the moment. If we have a look at the players, then not quite a big squad. However, the players that they have got in look pretty decent. 30-year-old Jason Holt, a DM, a cam, could be quite handy. Can he play DM? He can play there and he can play cam. More suited to midfield though. Do we push up from DM, or do we have one in midfield possibly? Or two midfield instead and get rid of a cam? Joel Newell, 27-year-old left winger, striker even. We can play up front. It's very quick. Good strength and jumping reach. Stephen Kelly, a DM or midfielder. So they have got a lot of DMs, just judging, but they like to play in midfield. Maybe that could be the play, a 4-4-2 possibly. Bruce Anderson, striker. Okay, we could work around that. 24 years old. Okay, not as many goals for a striker. One in, I don't know, 7? Ayo Obile, DM. Oh, we can have somebody that actually can play in the DM role. So maybe we just need one DM and two midfielders instead, possibly. A 4-3-3 variation. Shame George, goalkeeper. Pretty decent. Leave it as it is. 25 years old. Andrew Shinney, cam, midfield. Again, a good cam player there, though. He can play on the right side, but he is 33 years old. We've got a couple of high potential players, though. Afilel Tito, 20 years old, right winger. Lots of potential there. Midfield, sort of. Okay, he's not that quick, but we could use him. And there's Stephen Bradley as well, the other youngster. Oh, typically in that same position. However, he can play in cam position as well. Anticipation is not great. Dribbling, high potential. Maybe he could become world class in that position. Who knows? But I don't see many wingers at the moment, I don't think. I think it's something we will have to have a look at, though. If we have a look at the ages, possibly half the team 28 and above. There's about 4, 5, 6 players 30 and above. Contracts all due to expire, so that's great news. Let's delve into the reserves, see if there's anybody we could pick up there. There's only Lowell Sampson, really, of any note. Young midfielder. He could put DM, of course. Got good potential on him. 19 years old. I don't think he's probably fit for the first team, though. Any in the under-18s, possibly. We may get lucky again. What about this? Callum Ledingham. Centre-back. 6'1". Looks reasonably okay at the moment. Very high potential. We'll see how he gets on as well. He's only 15 though. Okay, it's going to be a big ask, and that's for sure, of who we can play. But we'll try and come up with a formation, pick our best 11, see if we can make any movement in the transfer window at all, if we can, and see if we can lock down some of these contracts as well. Be nice if we could grab hold at least half of them. Right, with no transfers to talk about, we literally could not do anything. Even bringing free transfers in, we could not do. We couldn't pay wages for loan players either. We really struggled, so we're going with what we have. We've renewed some of the contracts as well, so that's pretty good as well, especially with the ones that we want to hang on to. And as you can see with this formation that we are going to be going with, we are going to be playing counter attack as well. The main players I want in this team that we're going to be hopefully moulding round will be number 1, Tato, who's going to play on the right side. He can play on the left hand side as well, but is more suited to him. 20 years old, a lot of potential. I want to see how well he does. Bradley as well, he can play out there as well, but I want to see what he does in the cam position. Again, a lot of potential. 21 years old. And then we've got Penrith as well at left back, 24 years old. He's already reaching potential. Not far off it actually at all. So he's another youngster as well. And I think there was one more. Anderson, the goal forward, 24 years old. We're putting all our eggs in one basket with these 4 lads that we are going to hopefully grow the team around. We are using the Union Berlin formation that we used a couple of weeks back, and it's worked okay since we changed it to that. More defensive, not conceding as many. And then we, in this Viaplay Cup, we did win our first 2 games, then we drew and lost on penalties to Ayr, and same with Falkirk as well, so we didn't progress any further than that. However, we did beat Aberdeen 1-0 in that first game in the league, with Newball scoring in the 69th minute. We then lost to Rangers 3-1, which is probably expected. We drew Hibs away from home, which was a good result. And we beat St Mirren at home 2-1 as well. 4th in the table, currently 7 points, 2 off Celtic, who are 3 for 3 at the minute. Rangers, they've lost a game already to Ross County, who are lying in 2nd, and we lost to Rangers, annoyingly. We might have got a head start ahead of them, but the aim of the season this season is to survive and then grow after that with as little money as we're getting, and I can't see it improving. We'll see how it goes, but we may have to depend on free players. Season preview, we've jumped up a few spaces, 350 now to 1 to win, and it is Rangers and Celtic all in the Dream 11. Any of our players to watch? Newball and Obile. I think they're the only 2 players to watch as well. So let's get into our first season. Let's see if we survive, and then we'll come back and start again. Wow, what an incredible season we've had. 20 wins this season. That's amazing. We've finished in 4th spot, and we have a European spot. A Europa League. Now, I'm not sure if that's the qualifying rounds or not, but we're in Europe either way, so that's phenomenal. 85 goals scored. I think that's the 3rd highest in the league as well, although we have conceded 59. And Anderson, our forward, is he our young forward, our 24-year-old? 25 years old now. He looks pretty good. Not bad at all. 21 goals. Joint 2nd with Dylan Vente from Hibs. Turnbull of Celtic finishes in top. Brandon and Newball, highest assist makers in the league. And Newball gets 8 Man of the Match awards as well. So let's have a look at our leagues. Wow, 7-3 against St Johnstone. Flipping heck. Celtic we lose to, which is probably a gimme, I guess. St Mirren, that's disappointing. Another 7-0 win there. Hearts this time. Wow. I mean, there's no shortage of goals, that's for sure. Dundee managed to keep us out. We do lose to Celtic again. Any more big scores in there? We lose to Rangers, Kilmarnock. We did beat St Mirren 5-1 though. Lose to Ross County. 4-2 loss to Hearts there. Yeah, our second half of the season, or the last 5 games of the championship, when the lead splits into 2, apart from the Hibs 5-1 and the... Wow, we beat Celtic 3-0. I've just seen that. Wow. But losing to Hearts, St Mirren and Rangers, it could have been a different if we beat Hearts and St Mirren. Either way, it's still a damn good season. The Scottish Cup, wow, we get all the way to the final after beating Inverness, Cove Rangers, Wraith Rovers and Aberdeen in the semi. We lose to Celtic 4-0. Wow, we get to a final in the League Cup as well. That would have been something if we managed to pull that one off. So Nubel is our leading goal scorer. So where does he play? Out on the left. Wow, he's amazing, isn't he? Maybe he plays striker as well. Maybe he should be playing striker. Maybe we'd go 2 up front. Wow, what a story that could be. Bruce Anderson, our main striker, our 25 striker. He did get 26 overall in 41. Tito, our right winger, our young un, 20 years old. Looks pretty good. 16 goals, 7 assists. I'm guessing things are going up. They are indeed. Obile as well. 11 goals, 2 assists. Our attacking midfielder, Stephen Bradley, who we are counting so much on. 5 goals, 6 assists. That's not bad from that position. 22 years old. Our left back, Prentice as well. 1 and 14. Not bad going at all. So assist wise, 19 for Brandon. Is he our right back? He is. That's pretty good actually. Doesn't look much, but 19 assists. That's just crazy. Newbill 14 as well as Penrith as well. And our goalkeeper playing majority of the games. In fact, did he play all of our games? I think he did. 47 games in total, 69 conceded. It's an awful lot. But he did get 14 clean sheets, so that's not bad going at all. Right, let's see what sort of money we're going to be getting, because we probably need to improve somewhere. Okay, that's not too bad. £3 million. It's a lot more than last season, that's for sure. We might be able to sort some contracts out at least anyway. And they're giving us 100% of the transfer revenue as well. So if you do sell anybody, it's all ours to spend. We'll have a look, but of course we don't really want to go overdrawn or anything like that. What's the debts looking at? 225,000 left to pay. I just don't understand why they just don't pay it all off in one go. Right, let's go and see what we can do in the market. Well, we did manage to spend some money this window, which is pleasing, just under the £2 million that we got. However, Bailey Peacock Farrell, we got on a free. Goalkeeper, very, very good indeed. 27 years old. I think he's slightly older than a current goalkeeper, but I think he's slightly better. So we're going to be using him, hopefully. He looks really, really good, actually. Aerial reach, one-on-ones, reflexes as well. Looks really nice. Jumping reach, you can do that. To bravery, great for coming out with 6'4" as well. Another freebie was Roberto Massimo. Now, I wasn't really after a right winger, but this chap turned up. 23 years old. He looks amazing. Very, very quick. I think he'll storm this Scottish league. We got him on a free. He was out on loan. Wait, who's he from? Stuttgart, I'm guessing. They released him and we got him on a free. He scored a goal for us in 4 games. Had a good season. Heidenheim, 3-1-1. Other than that, not really much game time though, to be fair. I don't understand it. Whether or not he's just too good for the Scottish Premiership, I don't know, but we shall see this season. From relegated Motherwell, we did spend some money then. This is our first spending. £1.2 million on Callum Slattery in the midfield. He can play Cam and he can play DM as well, but we've changed our formation to have 2 midfielders rather than DMs. We're going to go for it. I think go for it early. I think we're pretty solid. I think we've got a really, really good side. We just wanted somebody else in the midfield that can back up his stats, and I think he is probably one of them ones to carry the other ones forward, especially Kelly. Finally, for £450,000 from Millwall, Murray Wallace. We bring him back to Scotland. 31 years old. He can play at the back. That's mainly where we brought him for, to stabilise our back four. Whether we can get a season or 2 out of him remains to be seen. Hopefully we can, and then we just go again and find somebody else. There just wasn't much out there, and if it means we keep repeating this cycle, then we'll do it as long as we stay in the Premiership. Fitness and strength, can't argue with that for 31 years old at all. We do say goodbye to a few players. Hamilton, Bambula and Bitsindu. Some of the other players, some of the older ones we couldn't offload, unfortunately, but their contracts will run out next season. So this is the formation we're going to be running with. We've only just pushed the 2 DMs into midfield. That's all we've done with this one. And we've played one hell of a lot of games since July to now. We were in the Europa League. We did quite well to get to the qualifying rounds. We beat Sporting 4-1 and then lost 3-1 in the returns. But we still go through. Played St Gallen, we beat 4-3 and 1-0. And then we played Antalyaspor and we lost 2-0 and 2-1, unfortunately, which made us go to the Conference League instead, of whom we played Bohemians, Adana, Texelak, Lech, Atalanta, Rakov as well. But the league-wise, we've beat Hibs 5-0. We drew with St Johnstone, drew with Ross County and beat Kilmarnock. In the meantime, we played Celtic Hearts in the Via Cup second round and we won that 4-1. So a lot of game time being played to get used to this formation. We're currently lying in third position. We are unbeaten, 2 wins, 2 draws, 4 points behind Celtic and Rangers. If we can topple them, great. If not, let's finish third. I don't mind. And the season preview has us mid-table, 6th, 100-1 to win the league. That's an improvement from last season. Let's get up there and let's challenge Aberdeen at least anyway to third spot. And we beat Hibs 5-0, would you believe? So let's get on to our second season. We're in Europe. Let's enjoy this season and hopefully again we'll be up there or roundabouts. It's been quite another successful season. We finished in 4th spot again behind Celtic, Rangers and Hibs. And we finish in a Europa League spot once more, which probably means the qualifiers. 18 wins, only 11 losses this season, which is a massive improvement. 79 goals, 59 conceded. Did we concede that many last season? Yes, we did. About the same. Okay, so the defence hasn't really improved. Maybe that's something we can look at this season possibly. But look how running towards the end of the season though. 2 losses and 2 draws in the last 4 games. Don't think it would have made that much of a difference. 13 points behind Hibs in the end. But a top 4 finish, which is what we're looking for at least anyway. Anderson, second leading goal scorer with 23. Vente of Hibs with 25. And Celtic 21. We're racking up the yellow cards. That's good to see as well. League form. So we weren't too bad. We lost our first game to Hearts and that was towards the end of September. We beat Dundee. We had a good 5-1 victory over Dunfermline. A 7-1 victory over St Johnstone. The goals are still coming in. We do get shut out a couple of times though. Celtic we lose to Aberdeen. We lost. We did lose to St Johnstone in the reverse 4-2. Wow. But we did beat Hibs 4-1. Which is a good result. Another couple of shutouts there, Kilmarnock and Celtic once again. Then we have a nice run of 2 months without losing, apart from one to Rangers, where we played them twice within a couple of weeks, and we won the first one. Again, we start off the Championship group in the second half with a win, and then we draw with Aberdeen, lose 5-1 to Celtic, draw with Hibs, and lose to St Mirren. Now, we should be beating Hibs, St Mirren and Aberdeen. That should look a lot better, I feel. But overall, I've got to be happy with that. We are improving all the time and fewer losses as well. The Scottish Cup, we only make the 5th round this time, losing to Ayr 1-0. The Viaplay, we get as far as the quarterfinals, losing in extra time 3-2. The Conference League, however, we did get out the group phase, which is good, with the wins over Bohemians, Textilic and Rakov. We did lose to Atalanta 1-0, Lech 2-0 and Adana DS 2-0. In the playoff round though, we did lose to Botev Plovdiv after a 2-2 draw at home. Looks like they don't have any goal scorers in there. Whether they couldn't fit them on, I don't know. But we lose 4-2 in the second leg. I expect us to get a little bit further in that competition at least, I must admit. Disappointing to get knocked back into the Conference League and not progress. Goal-wise, Anderson and Slattery. Slattery 16 and 11. Fantastic 27 goal contributions. But Bruce Anderson, our striker, is looking very good now. 32 goals, 3 assists. That's really good. Quite a lot of players scoring goals, which is nice to see. Tito as well, getting on that right-hand side. Where's Massimo? There is. They've virtually shared that position. 8 and 7 for Tito and Massimo 8 and 12. Not bad for his first season. Bradley 6 and 14 from the cam. We need him to improve it very quickly. He is only 23 years old. Kelly, I do think we need to look for another midfielder though. I must admit he's not finding it very easy in that position, is he really, to be fair. And our goalkeeper, wow, 84 goals conceded. But I'm guessing majority of that is in Europe. Let's have it. I mean, he looks pretty good actually. His passing's gone up there, which is nice. So 54 in the league, the rest of it in about 30 goals in the, well, 25 in Europe. It's a lot of goals conceded in 13. Yeah, we do need to do a little bit better in Europe, I feel. Next season, ooh, we've been given £4 million this time. Wow, we can definitely get some contracts sorted with that and bring in 1 or 2 more good players. So in our quest then to concede less goals, we bring in Luke Kundal. He's a free transfer. He looks pretty good, and I think, again, another good player, too good for this league. We are reverting back to having 2 DMs. I'm very tempted to have push one into midfield, which Kundal can do, who's probably preferred there, but he can play in DM role. Tackling not so good, so maybe not so well as a DM. But however, determination and bravery isn't too bad, but his physicals look pretty good anyway. But like I say, a free. He was with Wolves, and he did get some game time with Plymouth and Swansea. Another player on a free was Tom Bayliss. He's coming into attack, mainly as a cam player. Bradley that we were using, he just isn't progressing as quick. So we wanted somebody to come in and do the job for us. And going forward, we're fine. But if we can fine-tune it a little bit more, apply more goals, it won't matter how much we concede then. We'll always be ahead of the game, so to speak. But again, determination stands out quite a bit. Passing, tackling not so good. Again, it's not brilliant, but he can shoot as well. Physical's not too bad, and composure on the ball as well. It seems to be the way to go if he's going to have a few pop shots outside the box. From Newcastle, we bring in Harrison Ashby. He cost us £500,000. We brought in a right back. We are concentrating on the back as well. We do want to concede less. Physicals don't look too bad actually. Determination is okay. Aggression as well, and he can run up and down the wing as well if need be. But for 23 years old, I think he'll do us quite well and got quite a bit of potential as well. And from Burnley for £2.1 million. Yes, we spent over £2 million. We bring in Dara O'Shea, Irish centre back. Physicals look really good once again. Bravery superb. He can head the ball as well, and he can pass and tackle, which is probably what you want. And the work rate is pretty nice as well, with some aggression. Potentially looks like he's already reached it, but I'm sure there's more to come. But overall, I think he looks pretty good at 6'2" as well. So like I say, we're reverting back to what we had in the first season, 2 DMs. We want to try and concede less goals if at all possible. If we pick our best 11, looks like this: Bayliss, Anderson, Noble, Masimu, Slattery, Kundal, Ashby. We got all our new signings in there is what we really want to see. I think overall it looks pretty good, but there's a lot of injuries in here that we need to look at, and a few players on international duty which don't come back till next week, so that doesn't help matters at all. We got off to a fly in all the friendlies. We absolutely stormed everybody. PSV we even beat in the Europa League second qualifying round, 5-1 over the 2 legs. Fantastic stuff. We came up against Servette and we drew 2-2 at home with a 3-0 victory away from him, which we progressed to the playoff first leg, which we played Genk, and we lost 4-1 and 2-1. We got absolutely had our asses handed to us virtually on a plate. So which ends up in the Europa Conference League, of which we play Ordubasi, Pogon, Brighton, Sturm Graz, Lugano and Başakşehir. I do apologise if I've totally butchered that name. So yeah, disappointed to get into the Conference League. If we can't beat the likes of Genk, even though we beat PSV, we don't deserve to be there. League-wise, we did beat Kilmarnock 6-1, 4-0 against St Mirren. Did beat Dunfermline 1-0 as well, and we lost the last match to Aberdeen, unfortunately. And we won our second round match against Stenhousemuir 2-0 in the Viaplay Cup second round. Currently lying in 3rd position, which is quite nice. Fingers crossed we can stay there. Again, top 4 finish. 3rd if possible, and if we can sneak in between Celtic and Rangers, that would be amazing, and see if we can get at least a cup under our belts. And Dunfermline is the next team we play in the Viaplay Cup quarter-finals. We are now 50-1 now to win the title, in 5th position. Again, we're going to upset then odds and finish in the 4th or 3rd position, higher if possible. Still nobody in that Dream 11, unfortunately. Massimo, though, is one of the players to watch out for, and Kundal. So let's go and simulate our 3rd season, and fingers crossed we can improve on last year's position. Here we go, boys, finishing 2nd spot. We're in the Champions League spot as well. It just couldn't have gone any better. We beat Rangers to 2nd spot by 1 point, but wow, we're some way off Celtic. 30 points by looks of things. 33? That's insane. They only lost 1 game throughout the whole season. Was that to us? No. Hibs, did they draw with us? No. Yeah, there's a problem then. We only conceded 47 goals, which is less than the last couple of seasons by a fair bit as well. So going DM wise kind of helped us a little bit, and we scored 89 goals, the second highest in the league as well. Newball gets our leading goal scorer in the league. Wonder what happened to Anderson then. How did we do in the league then? So we had, actually, you know, it's been pretty consistent. A 6-1 battering of St Johnstone there, 4-1 of Hearts, 5-1 of Dundee. We did lose to Aberdeen there. Celtic there, we got battered by Celtic really. St Mirren, couple of big wins. So the top half teams we're losing to, Motherwell, wow, they finished bottom of the table, second from bottom. Then we go on a run, an unbeaten run. Aberdeen we draw, beat Dundee 4-1. We don't beat any of the other teams. Rangers we lose to, then draw. Celtic we didn't beat the bigger teams, did we? That's an issue. We did beat Aberdeen towards the end. Oh, 5-4 against Hibs there, a loss, and Celtic 1-0. So we were kind of getting better, but we're still losing to the big teams. Well, Celtic and Rangers, that is. Scottish Cup, we only get as far as the 5th round, losing out on penalties after a 3-3 draw with Inverness. We do win our first trophy in this rebuild, however, the Viaplay Cup. We beat Rangers in the end with Anderson nicking the ball, Massimo running through and slamming it past the goalkeeper's near post. An excellent victory, a 1-0. We hold out towards the end, and to be perfectly honest, we didn't do too bad against them really. 56% possession, and I think we played better. Along the way, we did beat Stenhousemuir in the second round. Quarterfinals, Dunfermline 3-1. Kilmarnock in the semi-final. So we only conceded 1 goal along the way. It's brilliant. So the Conference League then, we didn't do too bad. We got knocked out in the round of 16. PSV, didn't we beat them in the friendlies? We smashed them in the friendlies. 3-1 home and away. Wow, that is so disappointing. I can't believe it. Probably couldn't believe our luck when we came up against them. Wow. Okay, but let's have a look. Group stage then. We won 5-1, 2-1. We lost 5-2 to Brighton. Probably understandable. Sturm Graz we win 5-4. And Lugano as well. We lose to, I think they're Turkish side, aren't they? Then we beat Rakov 1-1 and 4-1 at home. Let's have a look where we finished in the league phase. Well, we finished 12th actually. That's not bad. Brighton did get themselves all the way to the final, losing to Napoli 2-0. Squad-wise though, Bayliss, 26 goals and 16 assists. What's that? 42 goal contributions. Wow. He's 27 years old. Newball, we probably look to see if we can get somebody else in. But even though 23 and 13, maybe not. Maybe he can still do a job for us. He's worth £7 million. If someone came in for him, I probably wouldn't say no. Anderson, he was off a little bit, wasn't he? Maybe he didn't play up front. Maybe it's time to go for that striker maybe. But he still scored 22 goals for us, which is still amazing. He's only 27. Massimo, 17 and 18. Ashby, our right back, Ashby, 14 goals and 10 assists. What? That's incredible. Did he seriously play there and do that? No way. 12. Oh my God. That's amazing. Wallace, not too bad. 3 goals at the back. O'Shea came in with 3 goals as well. Slattery, 4 and 9. I tell you what, our players are really getting the game time and really doing the shift as well. Kelly, 6 and 8. Some of the players did get some game time. Penrith, 8 assists. Pretty good. Our goalkeeper, they're still conceding an awful lot though. 83 goals. I mean, we did play an awful lot of games in Europe though. 42 in the league, so it's a lot less in the league, so that's better. And 33. Yeah, I must admit, we did play an awful lot of games. The qualifiers, then the league. I mean, yeah, it's 16 games we played in Europe, but he's still conceding goals though. 33. Maybe we just need to up our game at the back, possibly. Maybe look for another goalkeeper as well. I don't know. I mean, that is probably the difference now between us winning the league and getting any further in Europe. So next season, we have been given £3.5 million, and our wage budget has gone up to about £7,000. That's pretty decent as well. Right, okay, let's have a look at the debts actually before we. So there's no net debt. £9,000 left to pay, and that'll be over this month. We've got one more payment, and then we are debt free. And £3.5 million to spend as well. It's even better. We start off with the free signing, of course. Where else would we go? We bring Liam Delap in for forward. Anderson's done pretty well. I think he continued to be playing very well, and as a backup mainly. I think Liam Delap, we've used him before. He's got great potential. His finishing's not too bad, but his determination and aggression up front, that's going to help him score goals. And already you can see 6 goals in 10 games. From Atletico Huila, I'm not sure where they're from actually. Colombia, actually. £750,000 it cost for this chap to come to the club. 25 years old. Replacement for our 33-year-old Wallace. Wallace will be great as a backup. He's now 33 years old though. So I did say we could use him for a year or two just to get us back on our feet and up into that top section. And he has done a fantastic job. Cabal is probably here for the longer haul. Great potential on him as well, and I think he's slightly better than Wallace as well, and he's just got room to grow. But for £750,000, I think that's quite a bargain. And finally, we spend majority of the money, 1.2 million from Inter Milan. Yes, you've heard me correctly. It's Inter Milan player. Although he hasn't played for Inter Milan. He's been out on loan to FCSM, Brianza, Cagliari. I don't think he's actually played for Inter. He's just got the Inter name. He was available. Our scouts picked him up, and I think for a left back he'll do very, very well as well. Penrith, another good player at left back. Again, Penrith will be playing as a backup to Carboni. Tactically, we're leaving the side as it is, but we're going to push Liam Delap up top just in case he doesn't get the game time because Anderson is breathing down his neck. So this is our best 11. Delap, Massimo, Bayliss, Newball. I think Newball's one of our originals, the only one left in the starting 11. We've got Slattery, Cundle in the centre, Ashby, O'Shea, Cabal and Carboni with Peacock, Farrell as well. And we've done pretty well with the formation so far. We're unbeaten in the league. However, more importantly, we are through to the league phase of the Champions League. It's crazy. We couldn't win the Conference League, but we've improved that much that our first chance in the Champions League, we are in the league phase, which is amazing. If I just filter it through just the Champions League. Sparta Prague, we beat 6-4 over the 2 legs. Galatasaray, 6-4 as well. And then PSV, we couldn't believe our luck again. PSV, who knocked us out in the round of 16 last season in the Conference League, I think it was. We had to play them in the playoff first and second leg, and we beat them 8-6 thanks to a 6-4 victory at home, which is amazing. We've drawn Piast, Frankfurt, Liverpool, Barcelona, Anderlecht, AC Milan, Man City and Villarreal. I'm not going to lie, that's going to be pretty difficult. We'll see if we can get anything out of it, but I'm just happy to be here. In the league, we played St Mirren. We won 2-0. We beat Kilmarnock 3-1. We beat Falkirk 3-0 and St Johnstone 2-1 and Hearts just now 1-0. Now, I'm not going to lie. They're probably games we would expect to win anyway. We are through to the next round of the Viaplay Cup as we are defending champions of that competition, beating Cove Rangers 4-1. And we're playing Dundee next. We are lying second in the table, 5 for 5, going head to toe with Rangers, who have scored obviously more goals than us. And the season preview sees our odds cut to 33-1 now. 4th media prediction. We are now a top 4 side, which is great to see. And we just want top spot. We've got a couple of seasons to try and do that. And of course, win the other trophies. Would you just credit the lads? They've finished in second spot yet again, the highest position to date. Same with last season, 2 second place finishers, 2 years on the bounce. Absolutely phenomenal. The next step is the top spot, and we are only 12 points behind Celtic this time. We only lost 5 games this season, which is absolutely amazing. Conceding only 38, second best in the league. Wonderful. And we scored 82, so things are going really well at the moment, and we're in the Champions League yet again. Delap and Bayliss, leading goal scorers for us. Delap, 1 behind Danilo of Rangers. That is phenomenal. Again, we're racking up the yellow cards. Our league form, however, wow, look at that. 2 losses right up until the end of February. A 5-0 loss to Celtic, and Celtic again. So we lost to Celtic twice, but them wins. 5-0 Dundee United, 4-2 Aberdeen. Nice to see we're beating them at least anyway. Some really good results in there. Can't believe it. This is wonderful stuff. If only we can keep this going up to the final season, we may yet steal that top spot. We do falter towards the end though, it has to be said. Losing to Celtic yet again and again. So we lost all our games to Celtic. And we lost to Rangers last game of the season as well. But yeah, the last few games that do need improving on, but to get to that point anyway, I'm really, really impressed. And for the first time, we lift the Scottish Cup as well. Wonderful play there. Delap just steals it through the middle. Fantastic stuff. We played St Mirren in the final. We thrashed them 4-1. Goals aplenty here, and they're really good goals as well. Massimo with a power driver there. St Mirren do get one back though. Consolation in the 50th minute, but we do run away with it towards the end. Just wow, I'm just watching in awe there. We're just applying our well, the mentality of the lads, and just being better. Just goes to show our lads are just really up for these competitions now. But 21 shots to 9. Along the way, we beat Queen of the South. Celtic, probably the only time this season we beat them. We beat them 2-1 in the 5th. Ross County 4-2. 6-2 Dumbarton in the semi-final. And then the thrashing in the final. I don't think, apart from Celtic, it's been quite an easy route to winning it, I think. But I think that's the first time in the history that they've won this Scottish Cup, but do correct me if I am wrong. The Vibe play, we get as far as the quarterfinals after beating Cove. We lose to Dundee on penalties after a 2-2 draw. The Champions League, however, we get all the way to the knockout playoff round after the group stage, I think, and we lose to Napoli 5-1 overall. After the qualifying rounds, we played Piast 5-1, we win. Frankfurt we beat. We lose to Liverpool and Barcelona, as expected probably. Anderlecht we beat. Draw with AC Milan, but lose to Man City and Villarreal. Did we? I'm assuming we just scraped through there. Yeah, in 22nd position. That's not a bad showing in the Champions League though. We're playing with the big boys here, and it was Man City who actually went on to win it against Inter. 2-1. Wow, look at that. Delap, 42 goals in 57. That's what you pay nothing for. I think, was he a free I think he was a free transfer, wasn't he? 24 years old. Absolutely amazing stuff. Bayliss, 25 and 17, 42 goal contributions. Fantastic. Nubel, 17 and 7. Massimo, 13 and 15. 7-11 for Tito as well. Anton getting on the score sheet as well. 14 assists for Kelly. 13 for Ashby. I mean, it's phenomenal. And a fewer goals conceded by Farrell as well. 15 clean sheets this time. He does only concede 35 and 36, which is a massive improvement. But wow, in the Europe though, 37 goals conceded. Wow, okay. But he is looking very, very good. But I'm really impressed with the lads now. They are looking absolutely phenomenal. And even Carboni, look, he stands out quite a lot down here. 5 assists and a goal. So getting into next season, wow. Okay, £21 million. We could go and get anybody. And our wages has literally nearly tripled. £150,000 a week more nearly. That's amazing. Wow, okay. Let's see if we can spend this money if anybody wants to come to us. So to start us on our transfer extravaganza, we didn't spend all our money surprisingly enough. We started off with a free transfer. Of course we do. Charlie Savage comes to the club. Midfielder, can play DM as well. Because we're playing the 2 DMs at the back, what better player to come in at 24 years old as well, and free, and he's worth up to £12 million already. Looks pretty stacked already. From Derby for £4.6 million. I'm not sure if that's a record signing or not, but £4.6 million. Giuseppe De Serio to play on the left hand side and not up front. He's going to be inside forward, I think. We've got Delap up front. We don't need another forward. 26 years old. There wasn't that many players out there who would come for under £20,000 a week. But we managed to find Giuseppe. He was more than happy to come in. 6 games for us in the Champions League, 4 in the league already. In fact, he's played 11 games for us, so and scored 2 goals. And how about this for his steal? £1.2 million from Celtic. Matt O'Reilly comes in. We all know about him. He's worth £6 million. He's 26 years old. If anybody gets injured, we've got players to replace them to come in and do the job. Matt O'Reilly will probably start for us, but with his good first touch, physical's not too bad either. His passing's excellent, technique as well. I think he'll help us out an awful lot, especially with experience in Europe. For £1 million from Hammarby. You see, we haven't really gone mad with our players. Mainly because we couldn't get these players in. Even though he is our most expensive player, 30 grand a week. Probably hence why we got him for £1 million. 26 years old. Going to rival Bayliss in that cam role, even though Matt Riley can play there as well. So there's a lot of positions up for grabs for these top players. £5.5 million worth already. He's played 6 games for us. Finally, from Sunderland, £6.5 million, a goalkeeper. I felt like we needed another one. Peacock Farrell did really well last season. He's been getting better each season. We lost our George. He went cheaply, actually. He wasn't very happy. His contract was running out. I think he left for about 10 grand, actually. It wasn't an awful lot. So we needed another goalkeeper. So Peacock Farrell's going to be a backup to Matthew Cox. So hopefully, again, with experience in the English leagues, he can propel us up that extra step, hopefully. With the formation looking like this, if we pick our best 11, we can see we've got Delap, Mickelson, Ciro, Massimo, Riley, Savage, Ashby, O'Shea, Cabot, Carboni and Cox. It's a pretty good looking side. Once again, we start off with a lot of games played this season because of the qualifiers. The Champions League was absolutely phenomenal. We played Rijeka 5-1 and lost the 1-0 away from home, but going through 5-2. We get into the third qualifying round where we played Porto, beat them 4-3 and drew 2-2. Fantastic result away from home. Then we played Austria Vienna in the playoffs 3-0 and lost 2-0. So he's just hung on, thankfully, which helped us into the league phase where we will play Sparta Prague, Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Villarreal, Anderlecht, Dinamo, Man City and Atletico Madrid. I'll be amazed if we come out of this group, but we did so well last season in the Champions League and I feel like we've got a lot better caliber players. We should progress at least to the knockout rounds. Last 16, fingers crossed. The league, however, we have gone on to good results there as well. Motherwell were beat 2-0, Dundee 3-1. We drew with Aberdeen, beat Dundee United and lost to Celtic. So it's just one loss. And we beat St Mirren in the Viaplay Cup second round, who we beat in the League Cup last season, I think it was. We're lying 4th in the table so far, just the 3 wins, draw and a loss. And this season, wow, we've been propelled to 3rd spot by the media. 25-1 to win the league. Can this be the season? It would be amazing if it was. Cox is in the Dream 11, our goalkeeper. Just goes to show you how good this guy is. Oh God, who's got Regulon? Celtic. Wow. Arujo, Celtic as well. Jalf, Victor. There's a lot of good players in this division, isn't there? Delap and Matt O'Reilly are some of the players to look out for as well. So let's simulate our final season. Let's see how we get on. Can we add to our League Cup and Viaplay Cup as well? Can we get the league this season and maybe do better in Europe? Well, we beat the prediction once more. We finished in 2nd spot again. 3rd season running now. We have reached our highest potential so far. I still think we can go on and win this league eventually. 13 points of difference from Celtic once again and just storm it again. It's just insane how well and how good they are doing. Rangers finished in 4th position. Some way behind us, 12 points in fact. We only lost 5 games again this season, but we drew an awful lot. And Delap is the Golden Boot winner for the division as well with 20 goals this season. Massimo gets the 2nd best player in the league and he also gets the 3rd most assists as well. Nice to see that we're not leading on the yellow cards, that's for sure. And Cox gets 12 clean sheets. So after an initial loss to Celtic, we did go on a little bit of a run, which is nice. A 6-2 win over St Johnstone, 4-1 over St Mirren, which is good. Aberdeen we beat 3-1 as well. Celtic we lost. Hibs we lost. St Mirren we lost. Wow, at home as well. We still get the odd wins, draws in there as well, which kind of messed things up a little bit. And then the turn of the year, things really looked up. We didn't lose a game up until the final game of the season where we lost to Rangers 3-1. And once again, we get to the final of the Scottish Cup and we go ahead and win that again. A lovely run and a lovely curling goal by Mickelson. 2-1 victory over St Mirren, and then despite Mirren getting one back, and then we go and win it in the 73rd, 74th minute. Wonderful strike. San Siro Brilliant stuff. It wasn't as dominant as I would have expected. It looks, possession-wise, we were fantastic. XG, wow, St. Mirren should have beaten us. But along the way, we beat Stranraer 6-0, 2-0 against Queen's Park, Hearts 2-1. Kelty Hearts in the semi-final, 8-0. I mean, that's got to be some sort of record, surely. But that is our second Scottish Cup victory. That's 3 trophies, 3 domestic cups. Can't ask for more than that. The Viaplay, we get to the semi-finals, losing to Rangers after a 2-2 draw. We lose out on penalties. The Champions League, we get past the league phase. I don't know how. 3 victories, 5-0 over Sparta Prague, 3-1 over Anderlecht, and 3-1 over Dinamo. We did lose to Galatasaray, Inter, Villarreal. Very close games, actually, by the odd goal. Man City would lose 2-0 and Atletico Madrid 2-0. And then we played Atletico Madrid again. That just does not seem fair at all, despite a 1-1 draw. It is the one goal that we lost by, and that's an own goal by O'Shea. Wow, 77th minute. Delap does it once again. 43 goals, 3 assists in 58 games. Absolutely brilliant from the 25-year-old. Sarah as well. 24 goals, 7 assists in his first season. Fantastic. Mikkelsen, 14 and 11. Tito, 11 and 9. Bayliss, 10 and 11. Still putting it away. O'Reilly, 8 and 7. Massimo, 7 and 17. Carboni, 10 assists with 4 goals. 15 assists for Ashby as well. This is a phenomenal side that we're building. And like I say, we can only bring in better players. Probably more suited to the positions, because I do feel the midfielders that we brought in will probably be more happy playing further up the field than they are playing in the DM role. But we only conceded 65 goals by a goalkeeper, Matthew Cox. I mean, that is a massive improvement. I did think that did make the improvement. 36 goals conceded in 38, 12 clean sheets. He's had a phenomenal season for us. Looking at next season, another 20-odd million, which is good. Staff-wise, still missing 1 staff member, another scout. But other than that, I think scouting-wise and coaching-wise, we look pretty good. And then look at the records, see what we've done. So, our highest position, 2nd. So, we've done that 3 seasons on the bounce now. 83 points is the best we've reached. That was last season. Most league goals scored in the season, 89. That is in the 25-26 season. Attendances, 350,000 against Liverpool in the Champions League phase. Wow, in 2026. Average attendance, 8,000, 26-27. Most goals by player in the season, Delap, 43. Most league goals by Delap, 26. Highest average rating, Newball, 7.44. 2028. Fastest goal, 19 seconds by Delap against St. Johnston. Brilliant stuff. And most goals by player in a match, Anderson 4 in the 7-1 victory over St. Johnstone. They seem to be on the end of quite a few batterings, don't they, really? Most assists, Brandon, 19, 17 clean sheets by Cox. Most player in match awards, Massimo with 9. And looking at anything else, don't think so. And the highest transfer fee paid was Cox, £6.5 million. So that's where we're going to leave it, this rebuild. We come away with 2 Scottish Cups and a Viaplay Cup as well. Unfortunately, no league victories. However, we do finish 2nd, 3 seasons on the bounce, which is absolutely phenomenal. They can only add to the trophy cabinet now, and chasing down Celtic is going to be no mean feat at all. It's going to be really, really difficult to chase them. But if you did enjoy this rebuild, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know down in the comments who you would like to see rebuilt next, and we'll try that one. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.